Hello and welcome to a wet and misty Cardiff Central and this episode of Tadpole's Trains and Stations. Cardiff Central is a major station on the South Wales Main Line and is located in Central Square in Cardiff city centre. It is some 144 miles west of London Paddington via Bristol Parkway. Cardiff Central is a Grade 2 listed station building and is managed by Transport for Wales. The station is both the largest and busiest in Wales and one of 20 railway stations in Cardiff. It is one of two stations in the city centre, the other being Cardiff Queen Street. As befits such a large and important rail hub, passengers using Cardiff Central are well served by its facilities, and most of these are located in the main concourse accessed from Central Square. The facilities include ticket offices, toilets, baby changing areas, a first-class lounge, refreshment facilities and shops. There are a number of waiting rooms and toilet facilities on the platforms as well as on-site cycle stands. The station can also be accessed via Platform 8, which has its own ticket office. The station is served by three large car parks and Cardiff bus interchanges located on Central Square next to the station. Cardiff Central serves as a hub for the Valleys and Cardiff local routes and is an interchange for services between South Wales, West Wales and North Wales, as well as other major cities in the rest of the UK. Cardiff Central currently has 7 platforms connected by 2 subways. These are numbered 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7. Platforms 3 and 4 are divided into A and B sections and occupy the same island platform. Despite signage indicating otherwise, there is no longer a Platform 5, which used to be a west-facing bay platform between platforms 3 and 4, which was removed in the 1960s. Transport for Wales operates services to most destinations in Wales, as well as Manchester, whilst Great Western Railway runs all intercity services between London Paddington and Swansea via Bristol, as well as some regional services to Bath, Taunton and Portsmouth, as well as services to Devon and Cornwall. Cross Country operates trains to Gloucester, Birmingham and Nottingham. Platforms are generally dedicated to services serving the same destinations, but this can change during times of disruption. I'll now briefly go through the normal platform usage. Platform 0 was opened in 1999 and is used by Transport for Wales services to Ebbw Town via Rogerstone and Risca and Pontymister. Platforms 1 and 2 are used by GWR trains to London Paddington via Bristol Parkway, Portsmouth Harbour, and Devon and Cornwall via Bristol, Templemead and Taunton. Transport for Wales also use these platforms for their services to Cheltenham Spa, Gloucester, Holyhead and Manchester Piccadilly. They are also the primary platforms for cross-country services to Birmingham, New Street and Nottingham. Platforms 3A and B are used for GWR services to and from Carmarthen and Swansea via Bridgend, Port Talbot Parkway and Neath. Transport for Wales also use these platforms for their services to Fishguard Harbour, Maesteg, Milford Haven and Carmarthen via Bridgend and Swansea. Platforms 4A and B are used by GWR services from London Paddington to Swansea and Carmarthen, as well as terminating services from Taunton, Portsmouth Harbour and Devon and Cornwall. They are also used by Transport for Wales services to Maesteg, Bridgend, Milford Haven, Llanwern and Swansea, as well as a couple of services to and from Fishguard Harbour. Some cross-country trains also use these platforms for terminating services from Birmingham, New Street and Nottingham. Platform 6 is used by Transport for Wales services to Aberdare, Bargoed, Cardiff Queen Street, Corryton, Caerphilly, Merthyr Tydfil, Rhymney, Treherbert and East Stradminnock. Platform 7 is used by Transport for Wales services to Aberdare, Rhadder and Treherbert. Platform 8 was opened in 2015 along with an additional booking hall. It is used by Transport for Wales services to Barry Island, Bridgend and Penarth. Cardiff Station, as it was first known, was opened on the 18th of June 1850 by the South Wales Railway as part of its broad gauge line between Chepstow and Swansea. The site chosen by the South Wales Railway was far from ideal as it was prone to flooding. However, the famous engineer Isambard Kingdom Brunel had a solution. He diverted the River Taff to the west, thus creating a larger and safer site for the new station. The original station had 4 through tracks running through the site and consisted of 2 platforms, each with its own bay platform. All trains were operated by the Great Western Railway under a lease agreement, and through services from Cardiff to London Paddington began on the 19th of July 1852, when the Chepstow Railway Bridge was opened, completing the connection between the South Wales Railway and the Great Western Railway. The South Wales Railway was later absorbed into the GWR in 1863. The South Wales Railway had originally been built to the broad gauge, but on the weekend of the 11th to 12th of May 1872, the entire South Wales system was converted to the standard gauge. This is part of the Great Western Railway's overall conversion to the standard gauge. The 1890s proved to be a period of expansion, with a flying junction being constructed connecting the station to nearby Cardiff Queen Street Station in 1896, and extra platforms being added to accommodate the new Tydfil services, bringing the total number up to 6. On the 14th of August 1893, the GWR opened the adjacent Cardiff Riverside station, which had 2 platforms and was located to the south of and adjacent to the main Cardiff station, which curved away to the south on the Cardiff Riverside branch and ran to its terminus at Clarence Road, about 1 mile to the south. Initially named Cardiff, the station was renamed Cardiff General in July 1924. Between 1931 and 1934, the station buildings underwent a major rebuild designed by the GWR's Architects Department under their chief architect, Percy Emerson Culverhouse. The new buildings featured a new Art Deco entrance faced in Portland stone and with the Great Western Railway's full name carved into the facade. This building, which is the one we see today, contained a booking hall and concourse with noted Art Deco light fittings, all topped by a clock cupola. The current Art Deco lamps in the booking hall are replicas of the originals and were installed in 1999. The rebuild also saw a number of other improvements, including the lengthening of the platforms, the widening of the Taff Railway Bridge allowing the approach lines to the station to be quadrupled, and the installation of colour light signalling. As a result of representations by GWR, a nearby working class district known as Temperance Town was cleared during the late 1930s in order to improve the outlook of the rebuilt station. At the same time as Cardiff General was being rebuilt, Riverside Station was rebuilt itself as an island platform with 2 platform faces. On the 28th of October 1940, Riverside Station was formally merged into Cardiff General Station, with its platforms being designated 8 and 9. They were closed for passenger use on the 16th of March 1964. However, platforms 8 and 9 continued to be used for parcels and newspaper traffic for a number of years, until they were demolished in 1994 after falling out of use. Cardiff General was renamed to Cardiff Central by British Rail in May 1973, and in 1992 the station, its buildings and platforms became Grade 2 listed. In June 2010, Network Rail began its Great Western electrification project, which involved the construction of overhead line equipment, station improvements and re-signalling along the Great Western Main Line and the South Wales Main Line. This of course included Cardiff Central. Plans to install overhead equipment as far as Swansea were withdrawn in 2017, necessitating the use of bi-mode trains which switched to diesel when departing Cardiff for West Wales. The first electric services began at Cardiff Central on the 5th of January 2020. The old Grade 2 listed water tower, located next to Platform 0, was repainted in 2012 in the original brown and beige colours of the Great Western Railway. It had originally been painted with daffodils. A new southern entrance and booking hall opened in September 2015 on the south side of the station. A new Platform 8, adjacent to the new south entrance, was opened in January 2017, allowing the number of trains on the busy Cardiff Central to Cardiff Queen Street corridor to be increased from 12 to 16 per hour. And now, the trains. First up, we see a DB Cargo Class 66, 66083, heading east as it passes through Cardiff Central on the down main line, with a Margam to Newport docks working. Next we see two of Transport for Wales Workhorse Class 153s, 153972 and 153353, arriving at platform 6 with the 1350 Penarth to Caerphilly. The TFW Class 150 waiting at platform 4 is a terminating service from Aberdare town. Next, the Transport for Wales Class 150 15278 arrives at platform 6 with a Barry Island to Rhymney service. Here another couple of 153s, 153382 and 153921 arrive at platform 2 with a Transport for Wales Maesteg to Gloucester service. Here we get a flavour of the new as Transport for Wales Class 197 104 arrives at platform 1 with the 1304 Swansea to Cardiff Central service. Next, another Transport for Wales Class 197 108 departs platform 4 with a Gloucester to Maesteg working. Next we see a pair of Great Western Railway Class 800s 800-013 and 800-025 arriving at platform 2 with the 1323 Swansea to London Paddington working. Here we can see a light engine move with Transport for Wales Class 67008 passing through Cardiff Central on the up main line with the 1415 Cardiff Canton Sidings to Crewe depot working. Next we see a DB Cargo Class 66117 passing through Cardiff Central as it heads west on the down main line with the 1000 Newport docks to Margam working. Next we have an ECS working as Transport for Wales Class 197197-116 arrives at Platform 1 with the stock that will form the 1449 Cardiff Central to Manchester Piccadilly service. As GWR Class 800-800-004 leaves Platform 3 with the service to Swansea, Classmate 800-012 arrives on Platform 2 with the stop for the 1454 Cardiff Central to land at Paddington working. Next, Transport for Wales Class 197-197-001 leaves at Platform 4 with a Manchester Piccadilly to Carmarthen service. Next we see a GWR Class 802-802-004 arriving on Platform 1 with the stock for a Cardiff Central to Taunton working. Next we have a freight crossover, featuring two DB Cargo Class 66s passing each other on the up and down main lines. First 66654 travels west through the station along the down main with their 0912 Round Oak to Margam TC working. Sixty-six 654 is now passed by 66134 travelling east on the up main line with the 1349 Margam TC to Llanwern exchange Sidings. More Transport for Wales action now as Class 197, 197 109 arrives at Platform 2 with the 1304 Carmarthen to Cardiff Central service. Passenger crossover next with Transport for Wales 150-229 departing Platform 3 with a Cheltenham Sparta Maesteg service, followed swiftly by a pair of GWR Class 800s consisting of 800-027 and 800-029 arriving at Platform 2 with the Swansea to London Paddington working. Next we see another day-to-day workhorse in the form of Transport for Wales Class 150, 150-267, departing from Platform 8 with the 1445 Rhymney to Bridgend service.
Platform 6 is the 1541 Transport for Wales service to Rhymney, calling at Cardiff Queen Street in Highland.
Shortly after, we see another Transport for Wales Class 150, 150-240, departing Platform 7 with a Merthyr Tydfil to Aberdare service. This penultimate clip shows Transport for Wales Class 153, 153, 369, departing platform 8 with the 1529 Caerphilly to Penarth service. This final clip shows Transport for Wales Class 67, 67017, leaving Platform 3 with the empty coach in stock working from Cardiff Central to Cardiff Canton Sidings. This loco and its consist had just finished the 12:30 Manchester Piccadilly to Cardiff Central working. Well, that's it from Cardiff and this episode of Tadpole's Trains and Stations. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.